Hey everybody, I thought I should at least make a video to show you that I am still alive. I have so much to say about this week. I recorded like a 2-hour video telling my story of being here because it was insane. And I thought I was going to die for part of it. I lost a lot of blood and I didn't have any blood in the hospital. And it took like 6 hours to get blood. It was really scary. And then I got a temperature. And then I decided to take myself off my pain pump a day early because I was getting signs of nerve damage down my leg. And I had a very intense experience embracing pain with this surgery. The last surgery I did that with, I had one incision and one spot, where they cut into my pelvic bone and rotated it. This is like, removing 3 inches of bone and putting in all these rods and shortening bone and screws and reconstructing my entire bottom leg. It's definitely the most intense surgery I've ever been through. And I had them take off the epidural so I could feel the pain. And it was definitely a wild ride. I want to tell you guys all about it in detail, but to make a long story short, it was about a 24-hour experience. And, I went through really intense shaking, quivering, breathing, using my skills of like surrendering to pain and letting go of the resistance. Because when we contract, when every time I resisted the pain and contracted, it would build on itself and make me feel like I was going to go insane. The doctors were afraid I was going to put myself in shock, but I was happily validated that it worked even with this much pain. Within a half hour of them pulling it out, my pain level went from like 100% to 30% just by doing that processing. And then I would get really goofy. And then we had a really bad pain storm that night of burning like all through. It was so bad. And at one point I felt like I was on psychedelics. And that's when I made the 2-hour video of me talking. I was all inspired about what was going on. And in this process, I came here to get this tumor removed and ended up staying here to get my entire leg reconstructed. And this doctor I met, he's like the one that did my main surgery. He's more optimistic than me, and I'm really an optimistic person. And back in my 20s, when I did my other surgery without painkillers, I really believed in the body's ability to heal. And then I went to medical school and it kind of smashed that belief. And now I run into this doctor who's doing miraculous things with people. And he's basically like, the body can do anything you want it to do. Like he's definitely like challenging the part of me that took over and bringing back my fire and my spirit. So I feel like this whole experience is going to be one of the most life-changing experiences I've ever gone through. I got really clear the other night about my message to the world. I've been trying to figure it out for years. Like, what's my message? I draw people to me and help people a lot, but what is my core fire message? And I know very clearly now it's about pain. And I am going to be talking a lot about pain as time goes on for those of you that want to hear what I have to say about pain. Because when it comes to pain, I'm a professional. Anyways, I have successfully been able to get out of bed without medication and sit here all day. The nighttime is still kind of hard because I get these muscle spasms. It's not the pain. I'll get the pain in check. I'll go to sleep and my whole body seizes. So I've been having to use medication to sleep at night after trying a whole night without it and just not being able to sleep. But as long as I stay in surrender with the pain and I don't start going down the resistance path, I can keep it in check. Tomorrow is going to be the big test because I am finally discharging from the hospital. They told me 3 to 5 days. It'll be 10 days tomorrow. And then we're going to be driving for almost 2 hours, depending on traffic. And it's a windy, bumpy road. It's not going to be fun at all. So we're doing that tomorrow. And then I come back to the city in a few days after that for my checkup that is next Thursday. And we'll be lengthening my leg with this crazy machine. I need to post that video if I haven't already for you guys to see how far technology has advanced. It's mind-blowing. We're going to be lengthening my leg. I actually started the process today. Only 0.5 millimeter a day for the first week. And the goal is to get up to 1 millimeter a day if my bone growth can keep up with it. And I'm curious, at my age, what being with the pain and not taking drugs, will do to the healing process. You know, back in my 20s, I healed in 25% of the time the doctors told me I would. And now I'm older and I'm curious to put all these beliefs to the test and see how far I can take this. You know, I definitely have my downtime. I was super depressed this morning. I wanted to crawl out of my skin. I didn't want to be here. So even though I'm like super optimistic and happy and positive, I definitely have those moments where everything just feels too hard. And like, I know I have like a 3 to 5 year journey with this ahead of me to reconstruct this leg and figure out what we can do with it. And I didn't plan this, so I didn't feel like I was like walking into this with consent. So it's been kind of hard to kind of just like jump on board. And it also feels like a miraculous miracle of an opportunity. And so I'm here for it, and I'm kicking and screaming sometimes in resistance. And then I am like motivated, inspired, and happy and dancing inside other times. So I'm all over the place. And I guess that's how humans are. And we just kind of keep returning to presence. So I miss everyone. The hardest part of this whole thing is like being clear across the country from my tribe and my people, and only having 2 people here. And if they're exhausted, like there's not really a net for us. There's not a structure or a community to hold us. And that feels like the biggest challenging thing right now for me, is not having that and having to hope that like the other 2 people here are doing self-care and not getting sick. And Karen and Adam have been great, and this has been really hard on them too, and very challenging. And so we definitely have that to face moving forward. We have in-home PT starting next week. Lots of physical therapy is going to be happening, and lots of pain. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all your support and all the positive words during the dark days this last week when I thought I might die. And we really also need financial support to be here and to continue this journey. So, you know, week to week, month to month, if you have anything you can give, even if it's small, we definitely appreciate it. It costs $50 just to park our car at the doctor's office. Everything out here is outrageously expensive. And if you have any cool fundraising ideas, like definitely reach out, and I welcome that as well. I'm going to put the GoFundMe below this. So for those of you who are made it this far to almost 8 minutes of me talking, if you want to send a donation, I would feel very blessed. And I love you guys all, and I will keep you updated on my progress.